I apologize that I was unclear on the concept before, and now this example that you sent to me, it makes a lot more sense. So I wanted to give you two search strategies to help you track some of these things down. One of the first problems that we've got is the word scale means different things. And so if you type in scale, you might get like all sorts of, like a mechanical measuring device or a Likert scale, or um, people using it in just everyday descriptive language. So that one's problematic. So I thought, what are the names of scales? And the first one was Likert. There's always like this controversy of how do you pronounce that. I wanted to show you, using some of the keywords that you'd already typed in, how to find more that are like this one. So first thing is like, well, what are some of the names of the other scales? And I found this just out on the open web, and we have there's some descriptive names. So there's that one, but there's also some of these lesser known ones, and so you can look for any of these, and these are proximity scale. That sounds kind of cool. But again, proximity, that's like going to be a word that's used in a variety of different ways. So let me show you. When you have a word like this, it's not going to have any other meanings. So I think you're safe using that as a keyword. And we could look for that as the context of something. So for example, out on Google, excuse me, if you type in a single word and then put a colon after it, what you're asking Google to do is look for everything that I type after the colon in the context of that original keyword. So you could type in recipe colon tacos, chili, whatever. Or you could type in any number of different things. But the context is Likert. And so if we put in, I forget. I think I pre-typed one. Let me see. Okay. So if I want to look up language culture barrier, or I could do Likert ice cream flavors. What's your favorite ice cream flavor? You should be able to find instruments or scales where people have put together surveys. Yeah, there we go. Ice cream example survey, and these are on a Likert scale. What happens if we put in language culture barrier? Instruments like this one, that foreign language anxiety one that was published out on the open web, some of the more popular ones will show up, and you can start to dig through these as examples. If you're interested in other ones, you could go back and you could try, let's look up Gutman. I'm guessing it's Gutman instead of Gutman. That'd be hilarious. But language barriers, a scoping review, you don't have to worry about that. But then here's there's the Likert scale, barriers. There's a foreign language anxiety scale. This is in a database that we already have, and it's a little old. There's a concept in sociology called bridging. So this is close to what we're looking for. Let's try another one of those scales. Gutman Community College. Hey, look. Oh no, there's an author. So you see the problematic. So Likert, no one's going to name their kid Likert. Although that's a great idea, isn't it? So we might have to do our Gutman scale. And then all of a sudden, we get back into these scales. So let's try, what's another one? The Malkin scale. It sounds like Star Trek. So you get the idea out on the open web. When we go into a library database, let's do that next. Language culture barrier. So we have the library catalog where you could do this in advanced search. That's this one right here. But let's go into sociological abstracts and see if we can't do that same search. Sociology. I'm very excited. It looks like the sun's going to come out today. So here's sociological abstracts. A bunch of sociology stuff, and they should be talking about this. There's going to be other disciplines that talk about this as well. So like healthcare, medicine, hospitals, they're all wondering how can they serve their constituency better. Are they reluctant to share things on a Likert scale? Let's go to advanced search and sociological abstracts. Let me show you two things you can try. Letting everything go in. Okay. So, Likert or Goodman scale or Markman scale. So all of those, I don't need Likert scale. That one's pretty, well, I guess I could put that in there, but at any rate, you can search for that specifically in the abstract. So in the abstract, they're going to tell you exactly what's going on. And then let's look up, what was my search? Language, culture, barrier. So we can't do natural language searching. So let's do language, and I'll do a star because I want to get language or languages, or culture or cultural. And then barrier, if I want to do barrier or barriers, I can do that star. And I'm searching anywhere, but I could also look in the abstract for these two, because sociological abstracts is huge. Let's see what we can find. Is there another word for barrier? Maybe we would want the word bridge or bridging. So there's 10 results, which isn't a lot, is it? But what you can do is go through and see, is there something in here that looks good to you? And you see there's a lot of dissertations and theses too. So if you want to get rid of those, just do peer-reviewed. Excuse me. But that's problematic because only 4, that's not enough. So what we can do is back out. Is it going to have barrier? It isn't. It skipped my last one. I'm going to try barrier again. And then instead of having this be in the abstract, I'm going to have the scale be anywhere. Because sometimes they're not going to put it in the abstract. They're just going to say, we created a survey. But we want these to be the most important thing. What happens there? What changes when we take the name of the scale? So it has to be in there somewhere, but it doesn't have to be in the abstract. What happens to our search results after that? My fingers are crossed that something is good. Something good is going to happen. Yay, 99 results. Oh, look at that. They even have like the instrument right there. So this is how you would go about it. You can add more keywords as you want if you're looking for a specific population. So like refugees from Syria or resettlement or diaspora or things like that. But let me know how it goes and let me know if this starts to make sense. And I'm happy to help you further or meet in person or meet over Zoom.